Hello guys, myself Abhinav Ravi. This is a demo video for the project of smart lighting which I pursued in my summer vacation. In this, we will control the lighting in a given area, most often the corridors, according to the motion detection, that is human activities in that area. For motion detection, firstly cameras are installed on the rooftop of the entrance and corridors to get a view very much like this. This is a view of the corridor. Secondly, above image is stored as a reference image, and this reference image is very peculiar in the sense that it should contain the snapshot of that situation in which electrical appliances are off, and any change in the above environment will trigger the system to light up the appliances as if someone is present there and lights needed to be on. For motion detection, I have used the OpenCV library with the Visual C++ IDE. As you all can see, I am using the Visual Studio in which I am using Visual C++ along with the OpenCV libraries. On the execution of this program, the camera or the webcam in my case takes the snapshot in which it will be used as a reference image, and this reference image is stored in the memory. Like I have stored this reference image in the memory here. I am taking the capture here and storing it in the memory with the name of save image. Let me run this program once. So this is the first console. So as you can see, this was the reference image. This one is stored in the memory, and this one is the current video input feed. Let me stop it. Now the camera will take the incoming video frames and compare it with the stored reference image for the sake of any change between the two. Let me show it once more with the open corridors like this. Again, this is the console in which is some person will come. It will say that lights has to be on, and like this you can see this will the reference image. Like see, this is the reference image of one corridor kind of roof kind of thing taken from my webcam, and this is the current image, that is incoming video frames. As you can see, incoming video frames and the reference image is here. There is no difference, so lights won't be on. As soon as let me take my home here. As you have seen, when I crossed my hand here, then it started printing your object detected, light up the bulb. Again you see, again the same thing happened. In this way the program will run. Thirdly, we will take the absolute difference of the incoming video frames from the stored reference image using their gray style formats. Let me show you once more what is the threshold image in gray style format. As you can see, this is the reference image and the current image. You can see that both are black and white, that is their gray style format, that is black and white. So each pixel has some value assigned with them. For complete white it's 255, or for a black it's complete 0, or vice versa. You can set later. So you can see here this Windows 3 and Windows 4. Windows 2 is for difference image. As there is a movement, it will check the difference. As you can see, it is checking the difference. And this Windows 3 and Windows 4. These two are this is the let me show. This is Windows 3 and Windows 4. This Windows 3 is the binary inversion of this Windows 2. So later I will tell why I am doing this binary inversion. And again, once more I am doing this binary inversion to obtain this final threshold of difference. As you can see, if I merge myself completely with the original image, the complete thing will go black and no white dots will remain ultimately. Let me show it once. After 10 seconds, this image is updating. So after 10 seconds, the whole system will remain. So as you have seen, the lights will be off now, as there is no difference between the threshold image, that is the stored image, and the incoming video frames, as I have removed myself in front of the webcam. So there is no difference between the threshold image and the incoming video frames. So threshold of difference is completely null, so no white dots you are viewing. If I place my hand in front of the camera, so you have seen there is a threshold of difference. This is a threshold of difference. So this is my hand. It's recognizing my hand, and it will say lights are on. Let me show you that console. Open up the bulb, open up the bulb. You are seeing. Now after obtaining the difference image, threshold image, as I have shown you, it is obtained from the difference image, and threshold image is very much peculiar and important in the sense that it is obtained and it will be used further to obtain the contour of the object. As you have seen, as I placed my hand in front of the camera, it has recognized all my fingers and hand separately out there. So it will recognize the contour of the new objects in the incoming video frame with the difference of threshold stored image. And the utility of threshold image lies in the fact that it separates the region of an image corresponding to the object which we want to analyze. Like you have seen, my hands will be there. My hands will be there. So it is completely separating the thing which we have to analyze. Like you have to analyze only my hands here from the remaining of the background. So it's only recognizing my hands there, and it's giving like lighting up the bulb. And this difference, recognition of this difference, is based on the difference in the intensity between the object pixels and the background pixels. To differentiate the pixels, we have assigned a value of 0 to white and 255 for a complete black thing. And to differentiate the pixel, we are interested in from the rest, which will eventually be rejected. Means only foreground objects, you can see here, only foreground objects will be detected. Let me run it once again. Like only foreground is detected, all the remaining background is discarded here. So because we are only interested in the foreground here, that is my hand. Then once we have separated the foreground properly, we can set them with a determined value to identify them. That is, we can assign them a value of 0 for complete black, or 255 or white, or vice versa. That suits our need. At last but not the least, the most important thing to be taken care of here is the SNR ratio, that is signal to noise ratio. So many times you will see that once the object moves, small dots will follow the object, moving object. So let me show you once. One minute. The program is running now. Now as you can see, this window, completely window. This is the window 3. This is for threshold image. So as you can see, I am not moving, still something, small dots are flickering. Small dots are flickering. That's why we have to, that is called the noise, and we have to reduce this noise to be perfectly working, to have perfectly working model. So I have used two constraints here. That is, first constraint is the blurring of object a little bit with the pre-stored blur value. As you can see here, I am using a constant static int blur size 10. This will blur the small dots up to the 10 pixels. And invert, I am also using one constant like sensitive value. Below this sensitive value, it will not detect the small dots. These two things are important to reduce the noise. And the one more thing I have used here, that is the binary inversion of the threshold image twice. That is, first convert it from black to white. Let me show you. The initial difference image is black. first I have converted a whole, this is the threshold of difference, this is first binary inversion and this is the final binary inverse. The difference between these two inversions is that the noise in this finally threshold of difference will be approximately negligible than this Windows 3 because of this 2 times binary inversions. So this is quite much the whole of the project. So for now it's done till this much only. For more information you can see the description, and do not forget to comment and subscribe. Thanks.